So you want to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but you're not sure quite where to start with the story. You're not sure what you may have missed, or maybe you just want a refresher. Kingdom Hearts story is a little convoluted, is maybe the best way to put it. If you want to know everything, you kind of have to play all of the spin-offs for the most part. There are a couple that are safe, but you need to play quite a few of them. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is calling on the story of just about all of them. This will not be a fully comprehensive breakdown. This will just be a short recap of some things that you need to know. Especially if you only played like Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. There are a lot of things that have happened in between Kingdom Hearts 3 and now that you may have noticed from the trailers. You did not know who that person was. While everybody else may have been saying, you know, hey, I know that person. This will hopefully fill in those gaps for you. So, let's kick it off from the beginning. You have Sora, you have Riku, you have Kairi. All three of them are more important than they seem. All three of them are vitally important to, like, the universe, apparently. Riku did some bad stuff. He was given to the darkness for a little while. Riku can turn himself into a copy of Ansem, and we'll get to Ansem in a second, because he was taken over by Ansem for a little while, and I guess once you get taken over by Ansem, you can just do that. Kairi has a pure heart of light, was considered to be like a princess of light, but I think is now going to be a warrior of light, basically. They can both use Keyblades. Then you have Sora, who can use a Keyblade. And Sora can use a Keyblade. We're going straight in. Full spoilers. Just to clarify, full spoilers. Sora can use a Keyblade because of what happened sometime back with Ventus, Terra, and Aqua, which we'll get into in just a little bit. But Sora is the main character. At one point, to save Kairi's heart, Sora stabs himself with a Keyblade. If you missed this point, by the way, from the first game or any of the other games, the Keyblade can be used to unlock doors and unlock locks and unlock hearts. So you can use the Keyblade to kill a Heartless, which, by the way, if you missed this fact, Heartless are the darkness inside people's hearts, and when it takes over their heart, they turn into a Heartless. You can use it to kill a Heartless, and it will free that heart, because you used the Keyblade, and it will send that heart to Kingdom Hearts. That's the title. There's also these things called nobodies. We'll get to those in a second too. But anyway, to save Kairi, Sora stabs himself with the Keyblade and becomes a Heartless. And unlike all the rest of the Heartless, Sora got to remember who he was, kind of, and didn't become a mindless monster. And he was also a super weak Heartless, and eventually he gets to go back. But when he did that, what happens when a heart gets separated is you get the heart becomes a Heartless, and the body becomes a nobody, which are these people that say they don't have any emotions, but super do, or at least pretend to. And when Sora did that, he got a nobody. Now we're just going to jump straight into it. But the reason that Sora's nobody, Roxas, looks like Ventus, who you may have seen in the trailers if you didn't play Birth by Sleep, is because years ago, Ventus and Vanitas got cut in. Ventus had his heart cut in half into Ventus and Vanitas. The reason for this is that Ansem wanted to make something called the Keyblade. To do this, he needed a heart of pure light and a heart of pure dark. So he split the hearts in twain. Then you have Ventus, the light, and Vanitas, the dark. In the process of all this, Ventus needs somewhere to be able to get support, and Sora, as a baby, shares his heart with Ventus. If you're asking questions I don't have answers for right now, I can see it on your face. But just trust me, this story goes some places. If you have any corrections, please put them in the comment section down below. I would be glad to realize that I understood something a little bit differently and maybe get a more clear understanding on it. But from there, you have Ventus and Sora's heart both of their hearts in the same body. That's why Sora was able to remember, because he had another heart. And so when Sora gets a nobody, Roxas takes on the shape of Ventus. So where's Ventus? Where's Terra? Where's Aqua? Where's Sora? Where's Riku? Where's Kairi? What's going on there? There's also this guy, Axel. He's pretty important. He was Roxas's best friend when they were both members of this group called Organization 13. If you played Kingdom Hearts 2, you met a bunch of those members, but not all of them, because the rest of them are tied to Chain of Memories. Those people are popping back up again in the cutscenes. That was pretty clear. So, you have Ansem wanting to make the Keyblade. Haven't even got into all that and what that means. But I'm being super brief here and trying just to cover the base forms of it so you know what's going on. So you have Sora, who, due to events in some of the other games, has become weakened. I believe it's Dream Drop Distance. Has become weakened and has to get stronger again. You have Riku, who can take on the form of Ansem and can use a Keyblade. You have Kairi, who can use a Keyblade. You also have Copy Riku, who exists because of Chain of Memories, where they needed an evil Riku to fight Sora so that Sora would chase after evil Riku, but Riku wasn't evil anymore, so they made a copy of him. Because you can just do that, I guess. And so there's Copy Riku running around, and one of the trailers showed Riku and Copy Riku sitting side by side. That's not going to be confusing at all. You have Axel, who is best friends with Roxas, who is Sora's nobody, who at the end of KH2, or at the start of KH2, reunites with Sora so they're one person again. And it looks like maybe Sora's trying to get him out. I don't know. From there, you have Xion, who was another friend of Roxas and Axel's, who also might have been a part of Sora. I'm super unclear on that one. I'm sorry I don't have better answers for you. This is all just again, it's very convoluted. But Xion reunites with Roxas, so all the pieces of Sora come back together. Then there's Namine. Namine, who I believe is Kairi's nobody. Could be wrong on that one, because I thought it was, and then I think 358 over 2 days may have changed who she is. Regardless, there's also Namine. So let's get into the bad guys. The people you need to know. Ansem. Ansem is like the big bad. He's also known as Xehanort. Basically the whole thing is Xehanort wants to make this thing called the Keyblade. It's very important to him. It's all he cares about. And to do this, there's a bunch of different ways I guess you could do it. One was the pure heart, pure dark, or pure light, pure dark. That didn't work. But another way is to get 13 darknesses and 7 lights to be in the same place at the same time. And when that happens, the Keyblade will appear. You may ask, what's the Keyblade? Why are you saying it differently? I took that from Best Guy Ever because I had no idea how to pronounce this thing. It's the X-Blade. It's the Chi Blade. The Chi Blade. I don't know. We're going to find out. They're going to pronounce it in Kingdom Hearts 3 for sure because it's Xehanort's whole plan. But to do this, he needed 13 darknesses. So instead of gathering up 13 people and being super dark, he took a bunch of himself from other timelines or the same timeline and pulled them into the same place so that they're all together. And then he started turning other people into himself because he can do that. That's one of his abilities. As we know with Riku, he can just turn other people into himself. Some members of Organization 13 have already been turned into Xehanorts. They got Norded, as we call it on the internet. Zigbar is one of them. There's many others that are beginning to become Xehanort. Terra, we gotta get back to Ventus, Terra, and Aqua. Terra is becoming Xehanort, or has become Xehanort, and his body is currently a suit of armor with a Keyblade called Lingering Will in the Keyblade Graveyard. Don't worry about that. It probably won't be important at all. It might be. but his heart is still out there. And then you have Aqua, who is currently in the world of darkness, and she's trapped there, and the trailers make it look like she might have gotten Norded. I had to find out. Ventus is like living on through Sora, but also his body is somewhere. We find that out in Recoded, the mobile game. That King Mickey has figured out where Ventus's body is. And so I assume they're going to take Roxas's heart, which I guess has become Ventus's heart, or the other way around, and they're going to put it in Ventus, and he's going to become Roxas. But then you have King Mickey, who spent a lot of time in the world of the dark, was a really cool hero guy. You have Donald Duck, of course, who will always stand with Sora, and you have Goofy, who has died once, but is fine. As for the rest of Organization 13, people like Larsheen, who is the blonde girl, she's fun. You have Marluxia, who is the pink-haired one. Pretty cool. Their whole goal was to usurp Xehanort and take over Organization 13. Organization 13's goal originally was supposed to be to reunite with their hearts and become somebodies again. Yeah, somebodies, nobodies. There you go, right? But Marluxia's goal was to usurp that. I think we're just about caught up on all the major players and what their goals are going into Kingdom Hearts 3. If there's anything I've missed, please let me know in the comment section down below. Kingdom Hearts story is this crazy mess that I can't help but love. And I can't wait to see more. If this video has made you think that I hate the Kingdom Hearts story, please do not. I love and I hate it at the same time because of how complicated it is. But it's so much fun to get caught up in all the weirdness that is the Kingdom Hearts story. With all that said, though, I've been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Kingdom Hearts has to offer.